welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well today. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie Jade and I post videos over here at least 3 times a week, but we are currently in the middle of Vlogtober, so we're uploading back-to-back videos every single day. So I hope you are all enjoying this month's content. So today we're going to be doing a full face of products only using Beauty Bay. So I'm very excited for this video. If you guys want to see how this look turns out, make sure you keep watching. Do not forget to like, subscribe and comment, and let's just get started with today's video. Recently I bought quite a few different bits from Beauty Bay, so I thought, you know what, it'd be quite good to just sit down and just do a full face of Beauty Bay products. They don't sell foundation and they don't sell concealer or mascara, so they're the only 3 products I don't have. So the rest of my face is going to be all Beauty Bay, but I've already done my concealer and I've done my foundation, and then I'll do some mascara later on as well. So the first item I'm going to go in with is their contour, and this is more of a bronze than a contour really, but it is a gorgeous shade. So I bought the contour in the shade Cinnamon, and this is what it looks like. I love all of Beauty Bay's packaging. It's got a holographic lettering at the back that says whatever the product is. This one says bronzer, and then you've got the Beauty Bay B in the centre, and then you've just got your bronzer. So it's quite simple packaging, but it looks really effective, and I love the fact that you can see the product through the B on the front. So I'm going to be applying this, and I'm actually going to use this brush from Real Techniques. This is the Sculpting Brush, and I'm just going to tap into this. It's actually a really nice colour. When I first tried this out, I think it was for a TikTok, I put some on my face and I was like, oh my god, this is not going to blend, because it looks so dark, but it actually blends out really nicely. So I'm just going to start by applying some on, and do you see what I mean by how dark it looks? I put this on and was like, what am I going to do? Like, I literally just have an orange stripe down my face, but it blends in very nicely. So I'm just going to start by applying it all on, and then I'm going to blend it all out afterwards. But it is such a gorgeous colour. I got the Contour and Glow set. It's kind of like a little face palette from Revolution about a year, maybe 2 years ago now, and it has been my favourite kind of contour kit since I started contouring, and it's my absolute favourite ever. But that one is a limited edition, so you cannot get hold of it anymore. So once what product I've got left is gone. So I've been looking for a different one, and since I've tried this, I really liked it. So I've now applied all of that, and I'm going to start to blend it in. So I'm just going to get the excess off that brush onto the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to use the same brush to blend it in with. But it is such a gorgeous colour, and it's so blendable. It's also really buildable as well, so if I apply some and think, you know what, I want a little bit more, I can just keep building and keep blending until I'm happy. So I'm literally just going to sit and blend all this out. But Beauty Bay, I think, as an actual brand, is very underrated. I have been using their palettes for the longest times now, and I literally think I have nearly every single one of their palettes they brought out, because they are just amazing. They are so affordable. They are literally so cheap, and I don't know, I just think they're really good quality. So for example, this palette here, which is the Bright Matte palette, this is £23 for this. Like, you get so much in here. It's such good quality, so I just couldn't go on about them enough. So that would be really fun and really interesting to just do a video and just see what it would look like if we did a full face of Beauty Bay items. So this is what it's looking like at the moment, and honestly, I just love that contour. I think it really kind of lifts your cheeks up a little bit and just gives you that bit of structure in your face. I'm going to apply a little bit more just right on the top of my cheeks here. I see what I mean? We applied so much and it's blended out so gorgeously. I'm just going to apply a tiniest bit more there. Just adds a bit more kind of depth to your face, a bit more colour, kind of brings you to life a little bit more, because at the moment I'm very pale. I haven't tanned in a while either, but I used a very pale foundation as well, so I kind of don't want to look like a ghost. So I'm just going to keep blending this in until I'm happy. So this is now what my face is looking like. Now my contour is all blended in, and honestly it's a perfect shade for me. So next thing I'm going to use is my blush, and again it's got the same packaging as the other one, apart from it says blusher in the back and not bronzer. This is what it looks like, and then once I open it up, this is the shade. So I chose shade Bitten, which I think is a gorgeous kind of sun-kissed pinky look. It's a really pretty one. So I'm going to go in with this brush here, which is probably a highlight brush. Oh, this is actually a contour brush, but we're going to use this for my blush today. And I just apply this right at the tops of my cheeks. I've been trying to apply my blush a little differently recently, so it kind of lifts my face up a little bit more. But I'm not the best at it. I'm still kind of learning with blush. I feel like I only started using blush in the last like 6 months. It was just never really a product for me. And then I tried one and I was like, do you know what? I kind of like this. So I've applied that. I'm now going to blend it out using this fluffy brush here. It's a really nice kind of pinky glow to this one. So this is currently how it's looking. I've got that really sun-kissed kind of look. So now that that is all applied, my next step is my highlight. So I do want to apologise for lighting because, again, it is a really stormy day when I've decided to film and the lighting is just not having any of it. I do have a ring light on, but the sun keeps going behind a cloud and coming back out, so it's just terrible at the moment. The highlight I'm using is this one here. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got a nice, really shimmery champagne colour. It's in the shade Glaze, and the packaging is the same as it was for the other ones. So I'm just going to tap into this with my setting brush from Real Techniques. This is my absolute favourite brush for highlight. I just feel like it applies it really nicely. But you can see I highlight that. The highlight is really, really pigmented. It is a gorgeous colour and it just glides onto your skin really well. I feel like it always performs a lot better when I'm using other Beauty Bay products as well. So I'm just applying this on. My favourite out of all of the Beauty Bay products has to be the highlight and the eyeshadows. I'm not as keen on the blush just because I feel like it's a bit strong for me. I could have done with like a more laid back colour, like one that's less intense, because it's a nice colour and it's a nice blush, but it is a little bit pink for me. But this is currently how it's looking, and like I said, that highlight is just so pigmented and so pretty. I'm such a big fan. So I'm going to start by doing my eyes next, and I actually bought the eye base from them, which I didn't realise I did an eye base, but they actually have quite a good range of shades with their eye base, and they are all really affordable. I did forget to mention that these palettes as well are all really affordable. I bought them for I think £4 each, so I think that was a really good deal. And then the base I got in shade 2, and this is what the package looks like. So when I actually saw this, I was quite surprised because I expected it to be different to this, but it's actually an applicator like when you'd have for your concealer. So I'm just going to start applying this, and I'm actually going to do a little bit under my eyes because I feel like my under eyes kind of need redoing a little bit. So I thought, you know what, let's try this as a concealer as well. Because as I said, Beauty Bay don't actually have their own concealer, so I'm going to test this one out and see what it's like. I have used this as an eye base before, and I'm actually quite impressed. I didn't think it was going to be any good at all, if I'm completely honest, but I am quite impressed. I'm not a big fan of the actual applicator, if I'm honest, because it's a little bit too small for me. I like a bigger applicator, or I like it to like a squeezy bottle, because then I find it easier to actually apply the product. But the product itself seems quite good. It does seem to be quite good coverage, and so far, all the eyeshadows that I've tried have seemed to stick quite well to it. So now this all applied and I look super crazy, I'm going to get a mini beauty blender to blend all of this in with. I feel like mini ones are always better because they're a lot more precise in where you're actually applying the product. So I'm just blending all of this in. I feel like it's a lot better to do my concealer over the top of my blush, which sounds strange, but when it's this blush, I felt the blush is a little bit intense, so it helps kind of like blend that concealer into it, and it just kind of blends a little bit nice and looks a bit more natural. So this is coming together now and it's starting to blend nicely. So I'm going to go in with one of my eyeshadow palettes, and this is my favourite part of every video, is my eyeshadow. So I'm not sure which one we're going to use today, if I'm honest. I kind of want to go for more of a natural everyday look, because I feel like I've been going for more extreme and out there looks recently. So I've got a couple of different palettes. I've got the Beauty Bay Sunset Horizons palette, which is one of my favourites, and I've got the Bright Matte palette. I thought I could just play with these two and see what we can come up with. I wanted to play with the Jade one, but I thought I'll do that in a completely separate video. So there's just some gorgeous shimmers in here. This is the Sunset Horizons, and then the Bright Matte. I chose this one because there is just a ridiculous shade range in here. These are all the shades. So I think I'm going to start off with this one, and I'm going to grab the pink, which is called Tutu. So this one here, and I'm just going to get a small fluffy brush, and I'm just going to start to apply this in my crease. Wow, now that is so pigmented. Look at that. That is so pigmented. I applied a tiniest bit of product, so the base seems to be working quite well, especially with this eyeshadow. But I always find like Revolution bases work best with Revolution eyeshadows. P. Louise base can work best with P. Louise eyeshadows. Beauty Bay base works best with Beauty Bay eyeshadows. Like, I always find that kind of thing, that there's always like a relationship that's better between those two products by the same brand. So I'm just applying this pink on, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. So that is so pretty. I really, really like that pink. Again, I'm really, really sorry about the lighting today. There's just nothing that I can do. So I'm then going to go in with this fluffy brush here, which is from the Morphe Live With Love collection. And I'm tapping into the white, which is called White Lies. And I'm just going to use this to blend out the edges of that pink. So another thing I love about the Beauty Bay Bright Matte palette is that it's got a white and it's got a black. And I always find palettes that have white and blacks so much easier to use because you've got an even bigger kind of like shade range, because you can choose the white to make any shades more pastel or any brighter shades, and you can use the black to make them a little bit darker, and you can have like darker outer corners, and you can even use a black just as a black as well. So I always find them super, super useful shades to have in a palette. So this is currently what the eyes are looking like, and I want to go in with a purpley shade, I think. So I'm going to grab the shade Modern Way, which is this one here, which is quite a nice lavendery shade. And I'm going to use this brush here. This one is the Morphe R39 brush. And I'm just going to pack some of that shade on. And then I'm just applying this in my outer corner. I want to go for quite a simple look today, but I also want to just play with some colours. Because, I don't know, I just love playing with colours and different combinations. I think it's super fun. So I'm just packing this into my outer corner on both my eyes. And then I think we're going to actually cut the crease, because why not? I love cutting creases. I think it's super, super fun. So I'm going to grab the same one that I actually use. I'm going to try the Beauty Bay eye base as a cut crease. I haven't done this before, so I think it could be quite exciting. Also, I didn't mention, but I love that purple. I think that purple is really, really vibrant and really pretty. But yeah, I'm going to use this as a cut crease. I have not done this before, so I don't know how well it's going to perform. But I thought, you know what, if we're doing a testing video, why not do this? I'll zoom you guys in for this bit so you can see a little bit better my actual eyes when I'm applying this. So I'm going to get a considerable amount, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this to the back of my hand, because like I said before, I do struggle with this applicator, and I don't think I'll be able to do a cut crease using this applicator. So I'm going to apply a considerable amount onto the back of my hand, because I don't know how much I'm going to need yet. So this is about how much I've gone for, and then I'm going to get a flat brush. So I'm just going to use this one here, which is just a regular old flat brush. And I'm just going to get this product and then start to apply this as a cut crease. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, this might be really good. Oh, guys. This could be this could be a dupe for the P. Louise currently. Okay, so it works well as a base and it picks the product up really well. But currently it's working really, really well as a cut crease. I'm genuinely really surprised. I didn't think this would be a good cut crease at all. I thought this was going to be really bad. I actually have my P. Louise out because I thought I was going to have to take it off and do it again, because I did not think this was going to be any good at all. But I'm genuinely so pleasantly surprised by this product. Like, the thing that surprises me the most is the actual like coverage of it. I thought it was going to take like 3, maybe 4 coats to get any sort of coverage. But the coverage on it is insane. Like, it's really, really good. I'm genuinely so surprised by that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it a little bit more, just because I think I've gone higher on this side than I have on this one. And I'd like them to start off by matching. So I'm going to grab some more on the back of my hand. But I'm genuinely so surprised by that. I would actually call this a dupe of the P. Louise base. Because all honesty, I don't think I'll ever find a base as good as the P. Louise. But this is pretty close. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty close. Probably the closest you're gonna get. Do you know what? I might have to use this one more often. I really, really like this, and it's just applying really well. Ooh, so I'm doing my second kind of layer of it now, and it is so good. Wow, I'm so impressed. I'm just genuinely so surprised by this. Like, sometimes you get a product, you're like, yeah, that's gonna be alright, or yeah, that's gonna suck. And in this one, I never ever expected this product to perform this way. That is so good. So, enough talking about that. I'm going to let this dry, and I actually have my little giraffe So I'm now going to dry my eyes. I'm going to use my little giraffe. So I've got a little fan. I bought this online at Cherries and it's so good. It actually helps so much. So like it actually dries your pillowies as much as you need it to be, because I don't want it to be too tacky. So this is currently how my eyes are looking, and I want to go in with, I don't even know what to go in with. I do quite like the white effect on there, so I might kind of leave that, and then I'm going to go with the pink, I think. I've made a decision. I'm going in with the pink. I'm going to use this smaller brush here though first, because this is quite a fluffy brush, but it's a really small one. So I'm going in with the shade Tutu, which is the shade we went in with originally, and I'm just starting to blend that up here. I want to kind of blend the edges of where the base starts and where the colour is, so it's less harsh and kind of just a smoother edge there. And then same thing on this lid. So that's how it's looking, and then I'm going to go in and do the same thing but with that purple shade that we used before. So that one is called Modern Way, and I'm just going to apply that to my outer corner and then apply that onto my lid on the outer corner as well. Wow, I'm such a big fan of this. I genuinely really like it. It's making the purple be like so bright and really stand out. You do need to pack a little bit more product on though. It is really nice. I really like this. I genuinely didn't expect this kind of outcome from this base at all, and I'm so happy and so impressed with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend this out a little bit and just kind of play with the colours for a little bit, and then I'll be back with you guys and we'll carry on with the look. So this is how my eyes are looking at the moment, and I'm going to swap palettes over. So I'm going to get rid of the Beauty Bay Bright Matte one for now, and I'm going in with this, again Beauty Bay, but this is the Identity palette. This is one of the first ones they actually released, and it's got a lot of beautiful shimmers. So I thought we could use one of these on our inner corner. So I'm just grabbing this flat brush here. This is again from the Live With Love Morph collection. And on the highlight shades, I'm taking shade 1 and 2. It's like a rose gold and like a silver. And I'm mixing those two shades together. And then I'm just going to apply this onto the inner corner of my lid. I'm just going to grab a little bit more of the second shade. It's like a really nice white shimmer. I'm going to start to blend that in with that purple there on the edge. I'm just going to keep applying this on, building this up, and then blending it out as much as I can. So this is currently how it's looking. I'm actually really liking this colour combination so far. So this is how it's currently at, and I'm just going to tidy up a little bit there. But I think I'm going to go in with the shade Highlight 1, which is this kind of like rose goldy shade. I'm just going to tap that onto my inner corner. It's a really pretty shade. I'm just going to try to blend that out a little bit more. So this is now how the look is looking, and it's really come together. I'm going to do my lower lash line, so I'm going back in it with the Bright Matte palette. And I'm going to go in with those shades that we went in with originally, so the pink and the purple. I'm going to do the purple first. I'm just applying that on my lower lash line there. So it's just about halfway across, and then same thing on my other lid. Just halfway across my lower lash line. I don't want to be too extra with it, so I'm just being quite light-handed with it. And then I'm doing the same thing with the pink, but in the inner corners. So I'm just going to take this brush here, which is the Instapop Crease brush from Real Techniques. And I'm taking that Tutu shade and just really gently pulling that through there. So this is now how my whole face is looking with a full face of Beauty Bay products. The last thing to do is to apply my mascara. So I'm just going to do that now. Again, they don't do a mascara that I'm aware of. They might do, but I'm pretty sure they don't. The only product I think that I don't have by them is their brow gel, and that's something that I do want to try. So I'm just going to use the Olivia Hale mascara. This is a really cheap one. It's like 99p from Home Bargains. I just like this one. It just applies really well. It gives you some length, some volume, and like I said, it's an affordable one, so that's what I'm going for. I'm just going to start to apply this onto my lashes. But I've genuinely bought high-end mascaras that I think are nowhere near as good as this one. I don't know why, I just really like this one. I think it's a really nice kind of brush and applicator, and it just goes on really, really well. So this is now how the finished look is looking, and I hope you all like this. I'm actually such a big fan of these products. I think they perform really, really well. They work together really, really well. The one that I'm most surprised by though has to be that base. The eye base is so good. It's actually performed so, so well. I love the highlight too. I always will. It just blends so seamlessly into your skin. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you've all enjoyed this. If you have, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button for me. Leave me a lovely, lovely little comment down below. And make sure to subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!